Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video, we're looking at the Bulldog Project after round 19, and what was, a tremendous comeback in terms of compared to round 18, with the the uh, the win over the South. I was going to say the fantastic win, but yeah, they almost dropped the ball there at the back end of the game. But a win's a win, particularly after missing 66 to nil against the Knights. So I was sort of glad I wasn't um, in the country to watch that one. I was sort of busy travelling and all that. Did manage to actually watch the South game at Taipei International Airport, which landed just as the game started. So I got on the Watch NRL and had the nice comfy lounge there in the rest area. So perfect way to finish off the holiday. But obviously I didn't see the Knights game. I saw the highlights and they just got torn to shreds down the right side of the Dogs' defence. So some changes had to be made, and I think things like Averillo to fullback was a great call. Pace Perham's okay, but Averillo was so good for us last year. It makes me even more disappointed he's got a gig at the Dolphins next year, but good luck to him. Toby Sexton, looks like a great buy. He's always been a pretty solid sort of halfback option. Guess a lot of people thought the same thing about Kyle Flanagan, but um, yeah, it just seamless considering he only signed for the club on Tuesday, I think it was. Would have only trained twice with the guys, but just took it all over. And obviously off the back of that, he freed up Matt Burton, who, according to Seraldo in post-match, he was up for a big game anyway. But just, having that extra bit of space out wider, that one extra step, he was unreal. The two young uh, wings or centre wings, Ethan Quay Ward, he looked really good. Saw something about his favourite player was Justin Hodges growing up, and he looks very similar in the way he run the ball from dummy half. And not Will Skelton, sorry, Jarrell Skelton, his brother. You drop the ball the first time and you're like, oh no, this could be disastrous. But then that second touch, epic run, he looks like he'll go all right too. Blake Wilson filling in for Addo Carr, 3 tries and just some solid runs out of the backfield. Kraz looked great out of the backfield. And forwards like, Tavita Pango that charged down pressure, which led to that try. That was really great to see. Um, and I mean, the rest of the boys mucked in, particularly given Ryan Sutton went off injured. And the sort of the way they lined the bench up with Ockenbaugh and Flanagan meant we were sort of short of middle forwards, but Ockenbaugh was serviceable in the middle. Curtis Moran, Max King, massive as ever. Yeah, so really great effort from the boys. So in terms of SuperCoach, 1,089, which was actually good enough for a top 2,000 rank for the week. I guess, the Bulldogs boys going so well helped us out a lot with that. And has pushed our rank up into the top 60k. So, we can push up to the top 50k. I think that'll be decent enough for the season. Obviously, it's not the most serious team going around, but I guess we'll have a look at the players and how they went. So just having a look. I can't actually remember for the life of me how many I had playing. So we'll just quickly. We might even go through in reverse order. No, we won't. So what am I trying to count? So I missed out on those two. So 11, the 12, 13, 14, 15, and didn't have Skelton, but that's fine. So the two lowest scores we wouldn't have got, so we probably wouldn't have got Bullers 40 and Cartwright's 42. Okay. Now that I'm on top of it, Red Money with 85, I guess scoring a try helped boost that up, but just the general turnaround of the side. Um, things like the middle looking a little bit more solid defensively, man, he wasn't missing so many tackles. But that is obviously the next priority, I think, for the Dogs is getting some middle forwards in. I know they're looking at Big Tino with a bit of a hotel uh, to share deal. We'll see how that goes. That he'd be a great buy for the club. No front rowers this week. Harry Edwards was a late out. Um, just I guess balance of the side and what they wanted to do with that. Um, but as it turned out, we could have probably used an extra middle forward. In the second row, Hopgood with the 64, so glad he got to play, and even though I was named in the extended Origin squad. Nicorai with a 88, great effort from him. Cardi with a 42, as I said, probably didn't get his score, but he's done his job now, so we can definitely use that bit of cash. Preston with a 49, so he probably had one of his quieter games. But I guess, they weren't so reliant on him to do so much work just because of the changes there in the back line and whatnot. They just seem to have a lot more space. So, that's fine. Presto. Nico Hines with a 109. So pretty sure he was my highest scorer. Yep. So, great captaincy option. Sean Johnson with the 75. That's been solid. But obviously, we do want to ultimately get Cleary back in that spot. Matt Burton with the 105. So I guess the concern was with Sexton coming to the club. Burton moving back to the 6. He's not going to be on the ball as often. Is that going to limit his scoring? Do we need to trade him out? But if anything, it looks like it's just freeing him up to get more time and space at the ball. So, yeah, great pickup for the Dogs here with Sexton, and obviously that's going to help us hang on to Burton there in the 5'8" slot. The back line, so C&K with the 61. Any time you get over 60, you take it. Jacob Kiraz with the 71. So, I guess off the back of the Bulldogs more attacking play, he was there with runs, offloads, the usual, got a try. So, for his price, getting the 71 is super good value. And probably that will be his bottom price. So if you wanted to bring him in, great time to do so. Val Safari, so 46, excuse me there. Yeah, didn't see the game yesterday, but for his cheap price and playing number this week, we'll take that. Jake Averillo, so I traded him in this week after the news that he was going to play fullback. And yeah, he's always looked really good in that position. And 85 sort of shows, that's it's almost his best spot, really. He just has that freedom to run the ball, and he makes tackle breaks and gets involved in the attack. Probably, wasn't is really relying on getting a lot of quality service if he's going to play centre. But a bit like a Joey Manu type player, you get him in the 1 or even the 6, he can do a great job for you. Skelton obviously came on as the concussion 18th man sub, and he did have that drop first up, and you thought, oh, this is going to be a disaster. But then that epic line break run, just carved up the South scramble defence. Yeah, it was really great to see. Tyrone Munro, so traded him in just to free up some cash, obviously, and did the job for us this week with the 91, couple of tries against the Dogs is a bit flat, but he's just purely there as a cash out option from here on in. But did look really good in saying that, real quick. Could be on the end of a few more tries for South if he can hold his spot. Will Kennedy, I traded in this week as well. Wanted to get another piece of the Sharks back line against the Dragons. Was going to go with Ronaldo, and sort of glad I didn't in the end. 51 from Will. I thought he actually did a bit better than that, to be honest. Must have got a few downgrades in the updates. And Dream below with a 40. So, yeah, maybe it's one where do we hold him? Do we sell him? I think at the moment with this side anyway, given I've only got 6 trades left, it's probably a luxury trade because I definitely don't want Will Kennedy in this spot. It was really just a 1 week thing, see if I could jack some points. I was hoping to jack some more, but that's okay. All right, so I guess in terms of the team this week, we'd like to bring Cleary in, but I don't think we can afford him. All right, apologies for all the rough cuts and edits in this. There's got some blokes putting up some scaffolding for some renovation here at the house. So a couple of distractions, but as I was saying, with Cleary, we can't afford to do him in one trade. And also, I guess if we have a bit of a look through the team, we probably want to upgrade our fullbacks as well. So they're the three sort of ins. If we think about 2 trades each, that's basically all of our trades, but that's fine. We've just got to prioritize them in order. So I think this week, I can't see the break evens, can I? I need the other account with the gold on it. SuperCoach Plus, it's called now, isn't it? So I think this week might be just about cashing out and making some bank to make these trades happen. And I think, when we look, the obvious one is Bryce Cartwright out. So we haven't got a second row, front row swing, so we might have to look at nothing out in that department. We don't have a centre, a second row swing, do we? So we probably avoid a Jack Howard type. I've just been going with Miles Martin from the Knights. I don't really know much about him, but that's fine. So that gets us 400k. So we could go to Cleary this week. Yeah, in terms of the fullback target, so I guess just for argument's sake, let's look at Buller out. Go highest price. So we can't afford anyone except for Drinkwater. That's ridiculous, but he has been going well, to be fair. Pappenhausen, no. Gutherson, probably too expensive. So probably the target we do want is Latrell Mitchell, but obviously he's not playing this week because of the bye. But he'll be fit and firing next week. So I'll keep that in mind. Tommy Turbo is obviously out for the season. Ruben Garrick, he'd be really great in the centre wing slot. But I think we're just going to run out of trades for him. Unless we do just run with a centre wing fullback. Because I guess the other option that we're looking at is probably James Tedesco. 670. And I guess as well, his price is falling. Maybe not as fast as Buller's, but one we can wait on. Maybe Reece Walsh. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it is a toss up between these two. Obviously, both would be ideal, but I mean, we could possibly do both. So let's say we bring in Garrick. I think his price is more likely to go up. I know I can't get the break evens, but we'll just have a quick looky at the scores. So yeah, so the 26 is out of his average this week, so he's probably only going to kick up in price. So 250. So next week we'd go Kennedy. Oh no, sorry, Cleary to Johnson for about 100k. I think they've both got similar break evens. So then Kennedy, we could still go up to Tedesco next week. I know Tedesco's break evens over 100 this week. Yeah, we could easily do that. So that'll give us 2 trades to get Latrell. And I mean, if we go with Klokstad, Kiraz, Garrick, Manu, probably, Navarillo as the cheap option. We could use Manu plus someone. Don't know, we are starting to run out of cash. Guess we've got 5 second rows. We may have to sacrifice a Preston or someone. Those last two trades would bring Latrell in as our second fullback. Or we just maybe we go without Tedesco. Maybe can we? No, we can't do it in two trades. Uh, we might have to play SJ for a couple of weeks. We might not end up with Cleary back. That's okay too, I think. How's the Warriors run on the run home? The Sharks first. Raiders both at home, which is nice. Where's the Warriors? Can't see. Oh, that must be their bye week. I know they did have a bye week. Titans could be good. Tigers, yeah, nice. I've missed a week there. The Dragons. Tell you what, it could be a really nice pot option given they've got a lot of games left in New Zealand, and the other games you wouldn't suggest that they'd be out of place. So I think maybe we just go next week. Will Kennedy to Latrell, 250. Jeez, it's going to be tight. What's Latrell? 813. So just a bit of quick maths here. 535, 235. I reckon we'll just get there. Depends how much Will Kennedy drops this week. 51's not the best score. It could be super tight. One trade would be nice. But if we could do that, yes, we could just maybe cash out onto Far or something. Um, yeah, because we'll move Garrick in there, won't we? No, sorry. That will still be without the second fullback. Oh no, we'll work something out next week. Can always slide Ponga back there as well. We might up to second 5/8 maybe. That'd be better balance. I don't know. We'll see. So either way, whichever way we slice it, Kennedy Latrell, one or two trades, hopefully one. Um, then after that, if we set the team up for the rest of the year, more or less, so run the two hookers for sure. Fafita is on. I mean, we've got Preston and Martin, so we can maybe sacrifice a second rower if we need to make that cash. Johnson and Ponga. So I've got one too many reserves already. Maybe Martin rests after Origin, so just for now we'll set it up like that. Uh, yeah, so this is the bit of the issue. I want to play Garrick as well. Wait, who the Sharks got? The Sharks have got the Raiders. Okay. Manly's got. Oh, that's the last round. Hang on. No, that was this round, round 20. Sharks against the Warriors. Okay, Manly at home to the Cowboys. So probably play Garrick over. Yeah, maybe Manu against the Warriors. Oh, sorry, the Storm. Might not be the best. I could potentially reshuffle these, get Manu off the field. So Garrick there, maybe Ponga on field. It's against the Tigers. We'll have to swap them. Something like that for the week. Yeah. So I guess just the trades are going to be the issue. I think the side looks pretty decent, and then obviously hopefully no injuries. But yeah, we'll leave it there. As I said, it's been a bit of a disjointed video, so apologies for that. But in saying that, if you've got any comments, let me know in the section below. If you enjoy the content, as always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Um, we're back and up and running as per usual. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.